we have rainfall for annual average rainfall for a particular area, that is Rupnagar, and it was due to 3 hour yellow rainfall. So we'll develop IDF intensity, duration, frequency curve. We will not discuss the theory part rigorously. We'll just draw the math, draw the curve, and do some little bit of calculations. So for a particular return period, let's say for T, we will have a rainfall intensity, let's say X, and that would be equal to X bar plus KT sigma X. Is that sigma? Whatever, this one. And this is actually our mean of sample, and this is for standard deviation of sample. So we'll find that adding all the values of rainfall and divide it by the frequency, and we'll get a value of X bar equals to 15.55, and it's actually in millimeter. Later we'll find out standard deviation, and it's keep in mind that it's for standard deviation for sample, and using a calculator you can find it, and here we have got a value of 2.64. So you need the value of KT, and it's actually frequency factor which depends on uh, period. Let's say for a like year, we'll write it here year, and we'll write here say k value KT. So we're trying to find out like KT value for year return period of say 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100. And we have equation for KT, which is KT is equals to, I just wrote it but forgot that. It's actually, if I'm not wrong, minus root over 6 over pi. It is actually 6 pi 0.577. Is there any other? Yeah, 577 plus ln, and ln of here return period, and in lower part it's actually return period minus 1. And using this equation you can find out the return period frequency factor, which is KT. And it doesn't matter which problem you are solving, for a particular return period KT value is same, so you can memorize it as well. So for 5 year you have a KT value of 0.719. For 10 year that is 1.305. For 25 year it is 22.405, and for 50 year it is 2.592, and for 100 years it is 3.138. So now you have to find out the value of X. So how do you find it? Let's say you're trying to find out the value of x for kt, different kt or return period. For that, let's say you're trying to find out it for 5 years year. I can write it here. Is like, and it's another place. Let's say here year, and here x. So if you find out for, let's say, for 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, 50 years, and 100 years. So for that, you get a value of, and keep in mind that the rainfall occurred for 3 hours, but when we will draw IDF curve, we'll draw that in millimeter per hour. So for that, we'll find out, we'll divide this value by 3, and what I'm saying, I'll just divide it by 3 to get it in millimeter per hour. So from that, I'll get a value of 5.82, 6.33, 7.3, 7, sorry, 7.46, and 7.94. So these values are in millimeter per hour, not just millimeter. It's just intensities. So now we'll draw intensity curve, which is IDF curve. So I have a graph over here, you can see. So here, what you can do, let's say these are 0.0 point origin, and let's say 10 will do. Let's say this is our 10 and this is our 5. So it would be 20 and it would be 25. And 30, 40, 50, it would be 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That would be our 100. And it's actually our return period. So in y-axis, let's say this is our value is just above 5 and below 10. So if I make it as 5, it will do, and 6 it will do, 7 it will do, and 8. So this is our intensity, and it's in millimeter per hour. And this is our IDF curve. IDF curve. So for return period 5, got an intensity of 5.8. So 5.82 would be somewhere over here. 5, yeah, somewhere over here. And for 10, it was 6.33. So the value would be somewhere over here. So for 25, the value is 7.3. So 7.3 would be somewhere over here. And for 50, the value is 7.46. 746 would be just over here. Let's see here. And for 100, the value is 7.94, and the 94 would be somehow over here. So you can just draw it. Just it will be like this. So this is your IDF curve, and this is how you draw it. So from here, if you, once you have drawn it, you can find out the rainfall intensity for a particular return period. Let's say for 75 year. So it's 60, right? It's 60, 70, and it's 70.5. So for that you have written you have rainfall intensity of this. So once you have drawn a IDF curve, you can find out the rainfall intensity for a particular return period, and it will help you in in doing the maths in future.